Hola, YouTube. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'm so excited to talk to you. So, today we're going to talk about the process of finding love. If you don't know who I am, my name is Gianni, and I help moms and wives create the love, the money, and the success that they yearn. I help you unlock your standards, unlock your purpose, unlock the freedom that you crave so that you can create an enchanting life that you love waking up to. You're tired of being tired, overwhelmed, overworked, underpaid. You're tired of feeling trapped. You're tired of feeling stuck in your life. You're tired of waking up wondering, whose life is this? How did I end up here? You're tired of crying yourself to sleep, knowing that there's a bigger purpose for your life, knowing that you have something powerful that you're meant to say, to do in this world. You're meant to make your mark. You know that you were born for a reason. You're chosen by God for a purpose, and you're lost. You're stuck, and you don't recognize your life, and you want more. And so I'm the answer to your prayers because God has a message for you today. So let's just take a deep breath and center ourselves. Dear God, may I speak what you want me to speak today? Okay, so the interesting thing about finding love is that we're always looking in the wrong places. And that's because when we think about love, we think about a man who is meant to love us exactly as we are, who is meant to fill our cup. We think about our children who will love us unconditionally and who will make us feel good about who we are. And the truth is that the love that you've been searching for is within you. Not only is the love you've been searching for within you, in addition to that, you won't be able to find the people around you that are supposed to love you can't love you unless you discover the love within you. This is why. You are created in the image of God. You are literally a creator. Your life is your creation. Okay? Your husband, your children, everything in your life, your career, your money is created from you. It's created from your thoughts, from your beliefs, from your feelings, 100% a reflection of you. Okay? That's the first part. So, it is a reflection of you. Your life is a mirror, right? Literally a mirror. You can't go to a mirror and say, well, you love me, right? The mirror is just static. The mirror isn't real. The mirror is just reflecting to you what is there, right? So if you don't feel loved by your life, the people in your life, the circumstances in your life, that means you're not giving yourself that, literally, because your life is a reflection of what you give yourself, right? So what does that mean? It means that the love that you want is within you. When you want your husband to be romantic, when you want your husband to take you out, when you want your husband to bring you flowers, when you want your husband to speak wonderful things to you and compliment you and think you're beautiful, what is the reflection of that? You have to think about, how am I creating a husband who's critical of me? How am I creating a husband who doesn't show up for me? How am I creating a husband who is at home? Okay, and this, I'm speaking from experience because I'm the queen of this. I was tolerating a lot of things in my husband because I had low confidence. I had low self-esteem. In my marriage, I've experienced infidelity. I've experienced a husband who goes out too much and drinks too much, a husband who prioritized being with his friends and being with me, a husband who prioritized spending his money on other things than with me. And so why was that? It's not even his fault. It was my tolerance of those things. Why? Because I was creating it, because I was expecting it, because I thought that's what you expected of a man who didn't grow up, who you married young, right? My beliefs about who he was and what I was worthy of, right? What I was worthy of created those experiences for me. So when I decided that I deserved that he, not only that he was capable of being faithful and honest, but that I deserve that, right? Because we think we deserve it on a conscious level, right? On a top level, but not necessarily profoundly. Do you actually think that it's possible for a man to be faithful to you? Right? I know you deserve it, right? But do you actually believe that it's possible for you? Do you actually expect that? Right? What are your actual beliefs when it comes to how your man shows up for you? Do you actually expect that your man wants to romance you? Do you actually see yourself as the kind of woman who gets attention from your man? Do you see yourself as good enough, or do you have him on a pedestal, right? So what is it that you're creating in your life? The work that I do with women is about unlocking your standards so that instead of tolerating infidelity, instead of tolerating a man who doesn't do anything for you, who you have to do everything and he sits around and does nothing, instead of tolerating someone who isn't showing up for you, right? So the problem is, this is, I'm going to give you a metaphor right now, is that you're a queen, right? You're a queen. You're meant to live in a palace. You're meant to have servants. You're meant to be fed grapes. You're meant to be on your throne and relaxed and placing orders. You're meant to have all the wealth you can imagine. You're meant to have respect and dignity. And you're meant to be with a king, right? Who's also showing up in his full power. Instead, you're not claiming your queen. You're claiming yourself to be a peasant, a slave. I often felt like a slave, right? You're taking orders. You're not showing up in your power. You're not showing up as your authentic self. And so you're acting like a peasant. And so your reflection is that your king acts like a peasant, right? But when you invoke your queen, when you know who you are, when you know what your power is, guess what? Everything around you changes. And all of a sudden you find yourself in a palace with a king. And that is what's been happening to me. My life has been the process of unlocking the queen within me so that I can unlock the king within him, right? And when you're in your palace and you have your king, even then you're making certain tweaks, right? Like, now my king likes to bring me flowers. Now my king likes to take me out. Now my king likes to be home with me. Now my king is focused on growing our kingdom, right? Instead of just his own stuff. Right? But that comes from a process that I've undergone within myself to raise my standards, to decide that I deserve to have it on, to never settle, to decide that I'm going to have his full attention, to decide that I'm good enough for him, for everything we want, to decide that I deserve it. Okay? So I don't tolerate less than king behavior anymore. And so the work that you do with me is about uncovering, what is it that you're meant for? What is the money you're meant for? What is the marriage you're meant for? What is the motherhood journey that you're meant for, right? I don't tolerate anything less than a loving, harmonious relationship with my sons, where I see them for their full potential, right? Where I'm not criticizing them and nitpicking, where I'm helping them become their best selves through love, through encouragement, through words of affirmation. I'm unlocking the best in my husband through words of appreciation, through really seeing him, through allowing him to be himself, his fullest self, through appreciating the things he's supposed to do, right? Because so often we're like, oh, well, you're supposed to take out the trash, right? I'm grateful that I don't have to take out the trash. And I used to be the wife who would nag when the trash piled up. And now I'm just so grateful because I know he's gonna get it. Like, every time I turn around, I come in the kitchen, they're taking the trash out, and I'm like, yes, thank you so much. It makes me so happy. Because I remember when he used to pile up and pile up and pile up, and he didn't take it out, and I was so frustrated. And I learned to turn things around by unlocking the gratitude within me. And I know that it's frustrating when you're surrounded by a pile of trash and you're like, how do I get this man to move? I'm just gonna take this out myself, because if I don't, it's just gonna pile up. It's just gonna frustrate me more. And he's living his merry old life. He doesn't care. He's playing his games, and I'm stuck doing this by myself. I know that when you're in that position, it's hard to unlock the gratitude. It's hard. You watch content like this, and you're like, you don't understand. I have to do everything myself. You don't understand. He doesn't care. You don't understand. This burden is mine. You don't understand. I'm telling you that I do understand. I've been there and I've been able to turn things around, and I can help you too. The reason that you're living it like that is because you don't know how to unlock the queen within you, the enchantress within you. The job that I do is helping women activate their enchantress so that they can create money, create magic, create alchemize, make changes in their lives so that you go from overworked and tired to relaxed and rejuvenated and fulfilled in your life, so that you go from feeling like you're a peasant to feeling like the queen, so that you go from feeling trapped to having freedom in your finances, freedom in your love, to receiving love, right? So when you learn to uncover the love that you have within yourself for yourself, when you start to accept yourself for who you are, exactly who you are, with your flaws, when you realize that your flaws are your perfection, he's going to start to reflect that to you. When you realize that getting yourself flowers and being okay with that, right? He's going to start doing that for you. He's going to be the one who will do that. When you start to hear the words that you want him to say to you, when you start to hear it for yourself, he's going to start to reflect that to you. The mirror will change when the reflection changes, right? So if you are what's standing in front of the mirror, you have to do the change. You have to be the change. You have the love that you want is within you. So I know that you want it from an outside source, but if you aren't love, even if he brings you the flowers, you're just going to be like, okay, what did he do? What did he do? Why is he bringing me flowers? What's going on? Because you're not a match for it. You aren't love. You have to be love to recognize love, right? And so when you become the love, when you start loving yourself and accepting yourself and you start receiving it, you expect it. Yes, of course he loves me. I'm amazing. Of course he wants to take me out. I'm fun and interesting. I'm wonderful company. You have to be the love that you want. And so stop looking for love is the message of this video. The message of this video is, how can you show up for yourself with love? And make a list of, why is it that I don't experience love, right? And the first thing you're going to find out is that you don't feel enough, is that you don't feel worthy, is that you feel like something's wrong with you. What is it about your husband that makes you feel unlovable? Write all those things down and realize that those are the lies. Those are the lies that need to change so that you can create a different life for yourself, right? Your life is just a reflection of all those things. So take the time to do the self-reflecting exercise. And and you need to realize that time is slipping by. Time is the most precious thing that you have, because you're waking up every day and you're not looking forward to your life. You're not looking forward to what to spending time with your husband, to being with your kids. Instead, you're looking around and it's not the fantasy that you always wanted. And I'm here to tell you, you get to have it all, and you don't have to settle. You get to have exactly what it is that you used to fantasize about when you were a little girl, that you never knew how to create for yourself. You get to have the romance. You get to have the passion. You get to have the fun and the laughter with your spouse. You get to have the wonderful, respectful relationship with your children. You get to have money in the bank. You get to have a purpose-driven career that you look forward to using. You get to have the freedom to travel, to see the world. All those dreams that you have within you are literally from God, and it is your time to unlock them now. And if you're tired of settling, if you're tired of looking around and knowing that the life you have does not match the purpose and the worth that God has given you, then I'm going to put my contact information in the description box below so that you can send me a message, so that we can talk, so that we can see if we're a good fit to work together. Because what I do through my signature framework is help women leave their jobs and create a business that they love. Go from a husband who was unfaithful to a husband who goes to marriage retreats with you because he's so committed to your marriage and what you've created together. These are real client testimonials that I've worked with. I used to be an infidelity coach, helping wives heal their marriages after their husband's affair, and so that's why relationships are my specialty, because that's what I used to do. So that's what my clients have created success in their marriages from that. But I've also helped women changed their relationship with their sons. I had a wife and a mother who had a son with special needs, and she was so frustrated taking care of him, right? To then working with me and through my signature process having a loving and respectful relationship with her son, where she looks forward to taking care of him, or she looks forward to teaching him the skills that he needs to thrive in his challenged um, point of view and perspective. And so if that's you, send me a message through the link below so we can chat, so we can determine how we can best work together, because you are meant to have it all and never settle, because that is what I love to do. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to create your enchanting life. I love you so much. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and come back next week. And I'd love to chat with you again. Have a wonderful day. Bye.